Alright, so hello world, welcome back to another Algo Expert Learn Django by creating an Algo Expert clone tutorial. So today, what we're going to work on is actually save the user into our database. Last time we learned how to use GitHub OAuth. Now we're going to learn how to save it in the database. So actually how to save the user into the database. Okay. Hope it works. Alright. So I don't know why there's Google thing up there. Okay. Oh my God. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna fixing some issue here. Okay, well I can't. Alright. So sorry about that. So now first thing is I actually create a model already. It's called profile model. It's, as you can see, it's have one-on-one field, so which means each user could correspond to one row in this table. And then also created a page, so whether the user had been paid to our platform or not, and the avatar for the user, which is most likely the URL. So this is the three things we'll store. And then we will also store, yeah, so that's about it. That's what I will store. And then, so I already make the migrations, so it should be already in the database. Now if we go to, so now what we'll do is go here. So what we'll try to first is we'll try to see does a such a user exist or not. So is a user already in our database? So say is user in the database. What we can possibly do is we'll get the username, which is, I'm just going to use f string. Actually, I don't need, which I'm pretty sure is username here. This is how can we get the username, and then I'm gonna accept user that does not exist error. Gonna pass. So this error going to erase once if the user does not exist, I believe. And then let's go ahead and try this out. Also, I don't have a script written for this, so I'm doing like pretty much freestyle. Let's take a look. Now you can show up here. Alright, now if I want to log in, we don't have username. Okay, well, let's go ahead to print out the info. How about that? Whoops. Access token is also wrong. Let's go to /login. Okay. So if we go ahead and take a look here, the URL is supposed to be, okay, it's login, it's not that. So it's login here. And then if we try again, so go to /login now again. Alright. So what I would do is print out the user, and then if it's not, I would just print out does not exist. Let's try that again. So I modify this a little bit. Okay. So we don't need to print out the info anymore. So now what I did is I modify. So I want to print out user object for the stuff that's where it doesn't exist. Let me refresh. Yeah, it's already not valid anymore once used. Alright, you can see now in the terminal here. If I can, in the terminal, it says does not exist, which I'm sorry you cannot see it, but it does not exist because I didn't register yet. So if it doesn't exist, we'll just simply says user.objects.create user. And then for this, we're just gonna say user here, and then we're gonna create a username. It's just gonna be info bracket login, and the password going to be interesting since it's a required field. What we'll say is password going to be equals to. We'll just use node ID. How about that? We'll use something that user doesn't know. Well, technically they must ask, but we'll just say here. So if we take a look back here, what we see is we have a login ID. We'll use the node ID we get, I guess, for the password. So we will say node ID. For bracket node ID. And then what's our email? So email is going to be email. Where's email? Okay, it's just email. Okay, so password email is going to be info bracket email here. All right, this is our user. Essentially, we create a new user object. At least we initialize it, and then we're just going to say user just save. It's going to save to our database, and then but we're also going to say we're also going to create a new profile object. So we're going to say in top we're going to say from dot models import profile, and then down here, which we're going to say profile dot. Let's go ahead and create a new profile for the user. So profile equals profile. So user. So yes, user. So user equals to the user object we created. Paid by default is false, and then avatar, which I don't know, I spelled it wrong, but it should be info bracket let's see, it should be avatar URL here. That's a profile we got. I'm sorry, I don't know why this keeps flipping. And then let's say profile does save. So that is if the user doesn't exist, it's going to create a user. So let's go ahead and try this out. So will this work? Go ahead, go to /login route again. Sorry if the was doesn't sync correctly again. And then let's see what will happen. It prints out. Okay, but what if I try to navigate to here again? Okay, let me try to print out something else here. So it'll be enough to differentiate. Sorry for you guys who cannot see the terminal. Yeah. So now, as you can see, if I go show this to here, so now you can see I print out hi user if the user does exist, and now you can indeed say my name get prints out, my username get prints out. Yeah, so that's about how we can create a user guest. So let's go ahead also print out the profile. So we can since there's no issue, I'm gonna assume profile get created, and I'm gonna say print out hi, so we can know it's actually stuff. And then let's see, so we can say profile equals profile dot objects dot get username user equals user. Let's see, can we put that up? Okay. So run the server again. Okay, let's go ahead and oops, let's fix this part. Say profile here, and then let's go refresh and take a look. All right, indeed, now we saw the profile object number 1. And then yeah, so I believe yeah, so because I don't have a stir object there, but we could add a stir object. You know what? Let's go ahead and add a stir just for readability purpose. We'll say define stir, and then here, what we're going to say is return, let's say f string. Let's say user self.user self.paid. We're not going to display the URL. And then let me go ahead and create another terminal here. And then let's just migrate again. Python 3, make migrations. Python 3 manage.py, make migrations. No change detected. Python 3 migrate. Wait, seriously? Why there's no change detected? Okay, well, I add a stir, but I don't know why this doesn't get disapplied. I think we don't need to migrate then. Okay, so now what we will do is we'll go ahead and authenticate the user, so log the user in, and then we'll just go to say, instead of here, say login taking request. I imported. Did I import login? I didn't import login. How's he know it? Okay, just a sec. Let me go ahead and take a look. I think I need to import login. I don't know why it doesn't give me a error with that. So let me go ahead and import login. Let me see. I don't know if my mic work or not. Hello? Okay. I actually don't know if my mic work or not. Please tell me it works throughout the entire video. It would be better if you can just see me typing, but yeah, so let's go ahead and implement the log out as well. So let me go back to here, and then let's go to views. Don't be worried, later this code will all be in GitHub just in case you didn't know. And then I will try to document this as well so you will know exactly why would I add this line, stuff like that. And then let's see. So in here, I'm just going to implement logout view. So I'm pretty sure logout just taking request. So we'll say define logout view taking request, and we're just going to say logout request, and then return HTTP response redirect to reverse of the indexed. And yeah, so if you go to here, go to urls.py, and then I'm just going to link this. So it's just going to say pass logout views the logout view, and then name of this logout. And then now if we go ahead and try to refresh this page, so if I go to here, still shows up logout. Alright, it logs me out. So it says welcome here for some reason, which I will try to fix this, which I believe it should be a simple fix. Oh yeah, we actually have one more thing to finish up with when user doesn't do that, but when user does not exist in our database for like good purpose, we're just gonna automatically log them in. So in views here, let's say, excuse me. See index.html. I will see. Okay. And let's see. It's gonna even be harder to read. Welcome. Request a username is not none. Let's see what that works. That anyhow works. So I'm logged out right now, which I don't know what does that. What do you log? How suppose? So right now I'm logged out. I don't know how to fix that part. I will take a look at documentation later. That just sound like trivia, but let's go back to views. So except user does not exist, we add this, and then we're basically going to call login function. So basically going to copy, paste, login is request user, avatar. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Yeah, so that's all we done today. I would say we did a pretty decent job. So now we actually can enable user to log in and log out and save information to our database. So now what we need to do is we will talk about questions API. So we'll go create some of our custom questions. Now we can use to interact, and then we're going to design some homepage, and then probably we're going to start design the actual code editor next video. Alright, so thanks for watching. See you next time. Stay safe and have a nice day.